Buying your time back is one of the biggest scams in the business right now, and it doesn't really matter what you do. Buy back your time, it sounds nice, right? Every guru is repeating the same things. Let me just name a few. So, building enough profit, leverage, and simplicity to get your life back, right? Or hire more people, automate, delegate, free yourself up for high level strategy, right? Sounds like freedom, but what you're really getting from this is you're just buying yourself a ticket to a golden cage. Let me ask you this one question. Who took your life from you? Because every time that you try to find this external thing, right? So something like outside, it could be the system, it could be something else, right? Whatever. Every time that you point your finger at something external, what you are really creating in your reality, you are making yourself into a slave. And I'm going to explain why. We're going to talk about business. We're going to talk a little bit about spirituality and how it translates to this. But the main point, as long as you believe that someone, like who, took your time, took your life, then you're just giving away your power, right? And this is one of the most genius, yet retarded ideas in the history. So someone has sold you this idea that you gotta buy back your time. And now these bitches are selling you online courses to buy back your time, right? Now, let's dive a little bit deeper. So I want to talk about why people buy back their time. And this is just something that I see. So, number one, people buy back not really the time, but the distance from themselves. What I mean by this is the more that you delegate, the more that you outsource, the more that you automate, the less you are in sync with your reality, with your business, with art. Because I truly believe that business is art. Business is not just this, soulless cash printing machine. Just, when people think about business, they very often think about, just automating shit, right? And then they buy back their time to just sit and scale a business that they secretly fucking hate, right? And you become a manager of your own prison. So when someone says buying your time back, it's one of the most elegant ways to run away from yourself, to run away from this big question. What do I want? What do I want? Because when you have bought yourself, say, 10, 20, whatever is the number, hours, extra hours per week, and you're sitting there staring at the wall and thinking like, oh, I don't even know what I want to do. And this is one of the most scariest moments, basically, because you meet yourself, you meet the silence, you meet the stillness, and sometimes it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable because you face yourself, you face your shadow. You face your shadow. So let's now talk about what buy back your time really means. So you are hiring people to delegate the tasks inside your business or whatever is the thing that you are doing for life, your project. You're delegating the stuff that maybe you don't really want to do. So you are freeing more time in your calendar. And then you're focusing on the things that you believe are important. right? And it's kind of logical. It's kind of logical. But let me go a little bit deeper. You are basically hiring people to do the things that you hate to do. So what you are really doing is you are still doing the shit that you hate, but on a higher level. So is there really a difference if you just do the shit that you hate, right? Whatever is the thing, like inside your business, inside your career, inside the project that you do, but you're just delegating the basic stuff, right? And it's the same type of shit. You are still doing the things that you do not want to do, but now you are, you believe that you are this high-level strategist, but you still hate this shit. You still hate this shit. High-level strategy, and people wear this as a badge of honor. Oh, like, I removed myself from operations inside my business. No, you retard. You're still doing the shit that you hate, but there's just a different name for that. You're not free. You're not free. You are still inside this business that you fucking hate. Just one level higher, right? Let me give you this analogy. Let's say you were cooking steaks in a restaurant. You worked in a restaurant. Now you are a manager of the same restaurant. But you now hate the accounting, like all that shit, right? Well, technically you might be making more money. Technically, you removed yourself from the operations, but you still hate this shit. But congratulations, you bought back your time. Wow. A badge of honor. Congratulations. But the real question is, do you really fucking want to be in this restaurant? And the restaurant is just a cool metaphor that I'm using to illustrate the principle, right? So buying back your time assumes that the problem is in the amount of time, right? That you have this like limited amount of time in your life. But the problem is not the limited time, and not even the amount of time. The problem is, where are you spending your time? What are you doing with that time that you just bought back? If your business is not something that you truly enjoy, that you could be doing 24/7 no matter what, it doesn't really matter if you're spending 10 hours, 40 hours, 100 hours. It is still same shit. It is still the same shit that you hate. So what's even the point? What's the point of doing that? And now I want to break this down from the spiritual, from the metaphysical point of view, because it goes way deeper than just like business shit. Nobody's teaching you that, because no one is interested in making you feel good and making you feel aligned with your higher self, with your spirit, with your soul. Everyone is just selling you fucking air, and you're way too retarded to think for yourself. You just buy into the shit that other people are feeding you with, the industry, the society, the algorithm, however you want to call this, right? So let's break it down. As I said, it goes way deeper than that. Buying back your time is not just a horrible business advice, it is a spiritual trap, because it operates not at the fundamental level, right? So you are trying to fix this symptom, but not the root cause. Let me explain what I mean. When you say, I want more time, what you're really translating into the reality is, number one, there's a lack of time, right? I have a limited amount of time. Number two, you're translating that you want to have more time to do the shit that you hate, right? So the reality is going to give you that. Okay, you might delegate in your business. You might get more time. But you still fill that with the same garbage, with the same things that you're not really enjoying, right? Because reality is purely mental. It is purely mental. It is not material, because the matter is mental as well. It's just more dense. I'm not gonna go like very deep into the principles, but I'm gonna repeat that in every single video because a lot of people don't really understand it. To simplify this, and let me give you this a slightly different angle, which goes a little bit more into psychology. Your reality, everything that you see, your relationships, your health, your self-image, your business, it is a projection of your internal state of being. If you feel deep inside that your life is not your life, well, nothing will fix that, my friend. If you hire more people, it's not going to fix that. If you do something, it's not going to fix that, because you are trying to address the symptom, not the root cause. Say, again, buying back your time. You're not just delegating the tasks inside your business, right? If you want to change that, you want to change the structure itself. And the bigger problem here, you don't really know who you are without your business, right? Who the fuck are you if you take away everything that you have right now, right? All your material possessions, all your numbers, all the things that you're mentally masturbating to. If I take away your badge of honor, who the fuck are you without your business and everything that you have in your life? Probably you are nothing. You are fucking dust. Because you are afraid that if you take away all these fucking KPIs, ROIs, all the garbage, the Excel spreadsheet statistics on your business, what's gonna be left? Silence. And you're gonna meet yourself in that silence. Oh, and you're not really sure that you're gonna like what you're gonna find there, right? Because buying back your time is this very beautiful, sweet lie. So it's sort of you're doing something. You might be scaling your business. You might have all the attributes of success. You might be improving your life, but nothing changes. You still don't really feel like you are in sync, in touch with yourself. It's like you're gonna change the position of the furniture inside your apartment and then call this like a full-fledged renovation. Not true, my friend. This is not renovation. This is nothing. Okay, let's now talk about what happens when you actually have the time. So this is gonna be like this really cool analogy, metaphor. Let's paint the picture. So let's say that you quote unquote did everything right. So you hired a team, you automated everything inside your business. Now you have 20 more hours per week, right? You bought back your time. So what, bitch? So what? Nothing changes. Nothing changes. Because most people who buy their time back, they are spending it on the same shit. Because you don't really know what to do with that freedom. Because freedom is not the absence of responsibilities. True freedom is knowing where are you going and why am I doing this, right? That's true freedom. When you know the reason, when you know your why. But if you don't know where are you going, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Your free time becomes a torture because you're just left with yourself. You're left with this shadow. And then what usually happens, people just, they start wasting their time on stupid shit, right? Self-development, watching more podcasts, scaling your business, reading books, basically just mentally masturbating to the shit that doesn't matter, right? Oh, let me hire another business mentor, let me join another mastermind, right? You bought back your time and then you just sold it. again. So technically nothing changed. You bought back your time to waste it on stupid shit because you don't even know what you want to do with your life. Because now learning and consuming content, it has become your new boss, right? And I want to give you like a very short example. About, I'd say almost 9 months ago, I closed my music coaching business and I got a lot of free time. And at some point I was like, wow, what do I even do? And sometimes it's this silence is actually kind of uncomfortable because you don't have to rush for money. You don't have to, like you just don't have to rush. You don't have to run. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. It's like, wow, I have so much free time, but what do I do with it? But then this is one of the biggest blessings, because when you have free time, when you have that free energy as well, this is where real ideas are born, right? It could be something related to your business, another project, whatever, right? But silence, stillness, these moments when you just sit and you just stare at the wall, this is when the true progress is made. So buying back your time doesn't work if you don't know why do you want to buy it back. Because if you just, if you're just blindly following that advice that all these gurus, coaches, fucking clowns are telling you to do, it's not gonna change anything. It's not gonna change anything. If you just want to buy back your time to scale your business, well, this is not an answer. You are just taking someone else's worldview and trying to, apply it to yourself. It's not gonna work, my friend, because if it's not coming from your true self, it's just not gonna help. It's just not gonna help. So, what is the real solution? Let me give you some thoughts on that. You don't need to buy your time back. What you want to do, if you really want to change how you feel, how you move, if you want to, just enjoy your life more, make it fun. You want to die. You want to let the old version die. And it's not really about thinking, oh, how can I get 10, 20 extra hours per week? No. This is bullshit. This is just pure garbage. But it's more like, what kind of life do I want to live every day? Because one is a purely materialistic point of view, just buying back your time. For what? Just like optimizing, being a more efficient slave inside this matrix. Do you want to be a slave? I bet not. And the second one, it's all about creating the reality. It's like thinking like an architect. When you want what kind of life you want, why you want it. And after that, usually you don't really have to worry about buying back your time, because you're not spending your time, you're just living. You cannot waste your time if you really know what you are doing and why. And then you're not delegating tasks inside your business. You're just not doing the things that you do not want to do, right? A business that is built based on your connection with yourself, right? When you are in sync and building business like this, it doesn't require you to buy back your time, because the more time and energy you invest into this kind of business, passion project, however you want to call this, the more time you invest, the more energy you get. Because if your business is draining you, well, my friend, you are fucked. But you are the only one who is creating that illusion. You are the only one who is making yourself suffer. So imagine you wake up every day and you just can't help yourself, but you just want to do something inside your business. Not because someone told you like, oh, you have to get rich or you have to do this. Nah, because you just truly want to. And there's a difference between building a business like a golden cage and building a business like a passion project. When you feel joy, passion, fun, this is all the magic. This is really the magic. And then you're not really stressed about the results. You're not really stressed about how much money you are making. You're not like mentally masturbating to your revenue numbers and trying to fucking flex with that on social media. Oh, like I made 10 million this year, 20 million, fucking 100 million, whatever. And most of you are buying your time back to spend more time, ironic, in this fucking golden cage. But when you build a real business, you just exist. You just get paid to exist, to enjoy. And the more you enjoy, the more the reality will give you. When you do something just because you enjoy it, time stops being this resource, this scarce resource that you have to buy back, that you have to like worry about. This is all just illusion. This is all illusion. So now the last few points for this video. Let's be honest. I'm not saying that delegating is a bad thing. I'm not saying that hiring people is a bad thing. But let's go a little bit deeper. If you are delegating something that you hate to do something that you don't want to do, you're not a real founder. You're just a highly organized slave. Let me repeat this one more time. Just go a little bit deeper. If you are delegating tasks inside your business to then still do the shit that you don't want to do, but just on a higher level, you're not a founder, you're not an entrepreneur, you're just a highly organized slave. So I have a few questions that I want to ask you right now. If you would have 100% free time right now, no obligations, no responsibilities, no team, no business, what will you do? Question number 2, how much or how many things that you are doing right now would you continue doing if no one ever knew about it? And question number 3, so you're buying your time back, or are you buying an excuse to not change your life? Are you buying your time back, or are you buying an excuse to not change your life? If you cannot answer the first question, you don't have a time management problem. You just don't know who the fuck are you. And no virtual assistants, no fucking AI automation, no fucking fancy sales funnel will fix that. Buying your time back is the most expensive way to keep living your life. It's the most expensive way to change nothing, to stay in that fucking prison, mental prison, golden cage, however you want to call this. You're just paying money to not face yourself, to not face your true self, your shadow, your higher self. And the irony is, you don't want more time, you just want a different life. And you can't buy it. You can only choose it. Stop buying your time. Or stop buying time. Start choosing your life. Discipline is for slaves. Relaxation is the ultimate superpower. So If this video has resonated and you want to get paid to exist, doing the things that you love without all this mental masturbation, without buying your time back, if you want to have more fun, joy, passion, freedom in your life, I'll see you in the spirit circle. Watch this video.